would recommend we go to the level 2 right now, right?
We're, I think, gonna have a cooperators meeting here immediately following this. I'm more than comfortable and empowered by our board to go to level 2. So, it seems there's no reason to think we won't go to level 2 at this point.
I think everybody's kind of in agreement on that, aren't they?
Yeah. I'm not.
Well, it's a
You're not?
straw poll, I mean, yeah.
Well, you are.
Okay, so here's kind of what I've seen from working this since the onset. So we kind of started this with the Breitenbush, and they went through their fire evacuation plans and came up with their own plans, and they decided to take things a little bit more proactive, which is what most of you guys do. You don't have to have us say you're a level 2 to start getting your stuff and leaving, right? So do what you want with that, but it really worked good with the Breitenbush community for us to go in and help them and talk to them and come up with all these plans, which is worked good for us too, because we already have all our plans in place for you folks and anybody else up and down the canyon here if we have another fire. So,
Is there a difference in resource allocation or prioritization if we're level 2?
so for me, I'm gonna have the same assets available to me to come for level 1, level 2, or level 3. I have a team of 20 people that are on standby. Then they can bring 4 vans if we need to transport people out. That's plenty of people to do evacuation notice. Like I said, we hit it the other day. It took us an hour or so, with just 4 deputies. So
Yeah, we're ready to go to level 3 in a moment's notice. So it's, yeah, we wanted to be ready. This planning started actually for the eclipse. So we've been ready to go to level 3 for quite a while, but we continue to refine our plan.
So how fluid is it? So it's easy to say, we'll go to level 2 or level 3, but how much assessment is there after that? Like, okay, we think we're at level 2, but actually, because conditions have changed, now we're calling it a level 1, and we're gonna have the same amount of communication. Does the scale go both ways, or is it just up until?
The decisions go up and down, and you could be at level 2 for a couple of weeks. And if we need to go back to level 1, because I don't want to dilute what level 2 means.
Right.
You know, a nice lady from the Red Cross said it really well at the Detroit City Hall meeting. Level 1 is you need to find your cat and you need to find the cat carrier. Level 2 is the cat's in the carrier and ready to go. Level 3 is you've left, right? So the cat may not want to live in the carrier. So level 2 is really, you know, you're literally ready to go, you know. So we want to also be cautious that, you know, preparedness is something we should have every day. And if we're at level 2, you really are prepared to leave at a moment's notice.
So I have a question that I know you can't really answer, but maybe you can give an idea. You know, back before level 1, I was like, oh gosh, these fires are getting big. I'm going to take out important and valuable things, and I've done that. And I'm wondering what is the, you know, how many layers in do I go to that? And so if it was your cabins, would you take your expensive propane footage out now? Would you take, you know, kind of bigger stuff that's expensive? Do you have any? I know you can't really answer because you don't know, but what would be your sense? Like, is it worth really clearing our cabins out? Sorry.
That's, you know, it's a good question, you know, that's where you kind of have to set your own priorities, I think, at that point in time. I would get, you know, the real personal things, those things that you cannot replace. Those are the things that I would really identify right now. You know, it's like we said, you've got fire on both sides of you right now. You know, I had a kid ask me once, Mr. Howard, is fire a living thing? You know, I mean, it was a very interesting question, but the situation is so dynamic. This inversion clears off and we get a plume that develops off of this scorpion. Could you be impacted if we had the wrong winds there? From firebrands raining down in your area? You could be, you know. We don't think that that's going to happen today. It's like what Jay talked about. Smoke is our friend right now. We're really glad that we have that for us. But this is a very dynamic situation. Look at the fire behavior around the state of Oregon right now and the fuel type that you have here, and recognize a lot of homes have been lost. Thousands of people have been evacuated, okay, because of fire moving into their areas very, very quickly. So maybe expand a little bit on your question, but.
That pretty much answers it.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'd like, because my attitude on this is, if I have an expensive propane fridge, and I don't have a cabin to
Yes.
use it in, it probably isn't gonna make that much difference. So my philosophy is, personal stuff, the stuff you can't replace, get that out of there, the small stuff, anything else, that's what insurance is for.
More money. Yes.
Yeah, just so we're clear, has a level 2 management action point been crossed? No, by the community twice.
Well, what we had identified originally, the Scorpion Fire has changed a little bit. It didn't go where we thought it was gonna go. Okay, so that's why the reevaluation is gonna take place with our ops folks. It's ongoing right now.
Yeah, so the conditions have been met that we're recommending a level 2 to the county. So the fire team, we don't set it. We give the county recommendations and feedback on what we see with our experience, and then it's up to them to actually implement that. So that's our recommendation currently to the county.
George?
Not if I might. Folks, I've preached this to you for years as your local fire community company fire chief there, about Firewise. So if you're up there, stop by the firehouse. We got people there, and I'll give you that brochure from NFPA again. I can't emphasize enough about clearing right now, but the other one is I've seen some people using, when we talked about skirting, there's only 2 things you can skirt with. It's either plywood, which is T111, or metal is the best, as we've talked about a lot, and the Forest Service talked about. I've seen people put Tyvek around, white Tyvek, that's plastic. It's gonna act as a wick to your house. Take it down, unless the Forest Service tells you otherwise from penny, et cetera. Do not put that stuff around your house. I'm not sure who's done that, but spread the gospel, please. So if you can get some metal and go around there while you're in this mode of an evacuation, that's an important thing to do. This team's doing a great job. The other 2 teams before them did a great job getting sprinklers around, et cetera. But what you can do is really helpful. So get skirting around, clear things away. Some of the best homes, I saw Jeff and Stacy's yesterday, that's excellent. There's still an old wood structure next to that home. Get the old wood away from your homes. We want 30 feet on the flat, 100 feet on a hill. Grab me anytime today or at the station. I'm here till Tuesday. I'll be back after 5 days again, and I'll help you. We'll walk through it. Try not to bother the fire crew. They're busy working, helping your community right now, but that's what I'm there as a resource for you, and I'm working closely with the fire manager. So we want you to clear around your homes and get proper skirting and move stuff away. We're doing really well at the hot springs. Peter and I are working closely, the whole team doing that there too. Go ahead.
Question on the skirting. There's a home being rebuilt on the east side of Devil's Creek Bridge.
Right.
They've got a whole bunch of, it appears to be aluminum. Is that reflective skirting?
I haven't seen it.
Oh,
What's the
okay.
question about it?
I think that's a fire,
It's a fire wrap.
is a fire wrap.
Oh,
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 okay.
it's wrapped. They wrapped it with the $2,000 rolls of aluminum foil. Good.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Is that good?
That,
Go ahead.
that's what we use,
Yep.
Oh, okay.
when we wrap buildings, and, when we can't,
So, you
We're
come
not-
up,
we're
show
not
me
gonna be
how
able-
to do it.
it's very expensive.
It's literally $2,000 a roll, but it's great stuff.
Yeah, never mind.
Your call.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions? Okay, thank you very, very much. I'll leave it to Dawn.
I think it's up to the county, I think.
So I think what we're gonna do is after this, we're gonna have a meeting, and, if it goes to level 2, you'll be seeing me and my folks today. Which is fine, it's good for us to get up there again, and, we'll get you guys notified.
See if you can find it now.
Hey, what cabin number is yours?
200,
It's at the beginning of the road, right at the beginning.
yeah.
And
It's
it's,
Third one.
It's right across from the signboard.
I'll give you a list too of all
and
the
it's having a
categories.
copy of
So folks, in your thinking, I would say, try to ensure that this is gonna be a smoke event, not a fire event.
Yeah.
Okay, think positive, help us with that kind of, there's some energy on this highway here that is really positive, and we can take all that we can get from you there, okay? Yes, ma'am.
At Breitenbush during our tribal reunion, the Magic Team got together, and what we'd like to ask you to do is envision this crystalline purple bubble around all of those fire breaks to keep all of that area safe and clean. So just, if you want a visual, just think of it as that whole bubble being protected and all the fiber.
And a few prayers wouldn't hurt.
That, it all helps.
Nicely put.
Yeah, pretty good. You got camp rats and
Okay, so we're gonna cut out and leave you guys to your rest of your meeting.